Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Melinta. If you're seeing me for the first time, karibu sana to the channel. So today I have a new tool, not new, it's Asana. It is a project management tool, just like Trello, Monday.com. We are here today to discuss Asana. So follow along, open your laptop or your phone, wherever it is you're working from, so that we can get along. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I'll be able to get back to you, answer your comment, and also engage, send it to someone who may really need this video. Thank you so much. Let's get right into the video. All right. So the first thing, when you get to the dashboard, you're going to see your dashboard. It's gonna be empty because you have not started yet, so it's going to be empty. And here I have samples of things that I've already created, so that it's going to be easy for you to understand what I'm saying, how you can create yours. So if you look here, we have work related, we have home, and when you open your home page, you're going to see the dashboard. You can see they're telling me good afternoon, this dashboard, my week. You can see it in a week, or you can see it in a month, depending. It will tell you the task that you've completed, the number of collaborators you have. This is a personal account. I do not have any collaborators, because if you want to have more than 2, you have to upgrade. So that is the limitation when it comes to Asana. Now, if I want to see my week's progress, it's going to show me this week I haven't completed any task. If I wanted to create a project, I can create it from here, or I can come here and then create a project. There are 2 options. So you can click on projects here, then you create a project on here. All right. So you can either click there, then have your projects open there, just like that. Or if you don't want to do that, so you can see, like, I have created 3 projects here. So if you wanted to create a project, you'll create on here, and then you'll be able to choose a template that is there, but for every template, or you can start with a blank project. So you can either create with AI. It's going to be easy for you, depending. I like to create things from scratch, then or you can import a project from another platform, or start from a blank project. So if you want to start from a blank project, you're going to name your project here. For example, you're going to call it the name that you want. So I'll just use some of the name that I already have here. And then the workspace, you're going to either create a private workspace or a workspace that is for everyone to access. So if you're in a company, you're going to create a workspace that you'll choose a workspace because you want to share and access this project with everybody else. Once you do that, you can either set up with AI or just continue. So for this, I'll just continue, and then they will show me the list of things that I want. If I want a grant review page, calendar, workload, dependent. So for me, I'm going to use this as it is, and then I'll create a project. So you can see now we have 4 projects here. We have 1 project, first project, second project, third project, fourth project. So now when you are doing these projects, I'm going to show you how it is. This is how it's gonna be, but we are going to use the website launch here because I had already created it to make our work easier. So once you've created your projects, you're going to see it's going to tell you either to add a task, and then you're going to click here, then add a task that you have. You're going to write a name. If you don't want these, if you want to get the details, you can just check here. Then I'm going to show you how also you can add the way I've added these ones. So here you're going to write a task name. So for example, you're going to say design a homepage. I'm just going to pick the ones that are already here so that I don't have to repeat myself. Okay, I don't want to be thinking so much. And then the assignee, you're going to choose, if you are working as a team, definitely you're going to either say a project manager, whoever it is, their email address. But for this case, since it's a personal project, I do not have anyone on the dashboard. Definitely I'm going to choose myself as the assignee. And then the due date, you're going to choose the date that you want these to be done. So for example, today is on 24th. I could say I need these projects to be done by 31st of August. And then once I do that, I'm going to, if you can add dependencies. Do you want to add like the final client review? Dependencies are these tasks that you've already created here. If you don't have it, you just leave it, okay? Then for the project, you can see here there's planning, so there's design. You can select where do you want it to be under, where do you want to nest it under. Is it under planning, design, development, testing, launch? You will choose where you want it to appear. All right, so now let's get to whatever I had created. So for this one, I'm going to delete it. And if I want to delete a task that I had created, maybe there was a problem in there, I'm just going to delete the task. So I'll delete the task right here. Okay, so that one is gone. Now, because I want to come and show you what I was doing. So for example, you had created, you've defined a website requirement. This is the title. You've assigned it, then you've given it to the due date. If you add dependencies, that's fine, you can add or you can stop, you cannot add it. So now this one, the project is under website launch. If you look here, we have different projects, different timelines, or different stages. So we have planning, as I told you, we have planning, we have design, development, testing, and launch. Okay, so now we have the design here. When you come to the design, still the same thing, you can add tasks, development, testing, launch, but I use only one, which is planning, to show you what it is that you can do. So we've chosen the first task, which is called define the website requirements. On here, you will see we have a description. So the description says gather and document the website goals, target audience, required pages, key features, branding requirements, and business objectives. Confirm the project scope and expectations before design and development begins. So now this is our description, and then you can add subtasks. So subtasks, you're going to identify the project goals, define the target audience, list required pages, identify required features, confirm project scope. So if you want to add another subtask, you just click on here and then you write your task right here, write your task. Then once you're done, you click out of it, or you just press enter, and then your your subtask will be added. If you want to delete it, you can just either delete it and then it will be gone. Just press return or delete and it will be gone. If you have attachments that are required for this project, you're going to click on this plus button. You can upload. If it's on Asana page, Google Drive, you have all this Dropbox, the box, you can upload it. So you will choose a file. I'm going to choose one of the files right here just to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'll just choose that, and then once I do that, so it's going to show up here. That is maybe the attachment that is related to this job. So you can see I have one attachment that has been already put here, and then once I'm done, I can do that. If I want to delete this attachment, I'll just click on here. I can either request approval if you're working with a team, if you want to download the attachment, or delete the attachment. So for this case, I've already uploaded. If I wanted to delete, I'll just delete the attachment, and once it's deleted, you won't see it again. That's how you add subtasks. So you see here we have 6, 6, 6, 5, 7, 7, 6, 8. So those are subtasks. When it shows you this arrow right here, it means it's a subtask, and you can click on it to view the subtask that you already have. So for example, if we went to this develop homepage, we already have a due date today. Then dependencies, I don't add dependencies unless it's then the priority here, it's high. You can change the priority to medium, low, or even add another custom field depending on the work that you do, right? Then once you're done with that, so here you can see the comments. If you want to add a comment, for example, you're saying at Melinta, so you want to add and say at Melinta, please review. All right, so this is maybe you are tagging someone from the company. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to say, okay, it's not at Melinta, it's at Masita. So you're going to say no match is found. All right, so here you need to hold on a minute. Please review, then choose a member. So you can choose someone that you want to put here. So you are going to, I want to mention, but I don't know why it's not. Okay, there you go. You choose, you tag them, then you say please review this by noon. So once you do that, you're going to leave that comment there. Please review this by noon. Then if you have an attachment, you could attach a file. Choose a file just like the way we did it the first time. Then you open, okay? Click the way you did it, then you open it. It's gonna show there. If you want to add an emoji, you can add. If you want to format, you can do that. So you can use all of this, then you leave that comment. So this person is going to see, for example, if this was a team member, they are going to see that they have been tagged, they have been told to review this file that has been uploaded by noon. So they are going to really work on it to make sure. And then once you do that, you can come here and you're going to see all the activity that you did. Okay, so it's going to show you this task was created 9 days ago. This description was added. Melinta, they added this and this. So you're going to get that notification according to how you set your notification. Okay, so that's how you leave a comment for a task that you are already working on. Okay, so now those are the comments that you can see. If you want to see the oldest, you can arrange by oldest, newest, then you can also send the feedback. So we want to review it by newest. If you want to review it by oldest, well and good, depending with what you want. Now let's come right here and I'll show you. So this one, you are liking the task. So for example, someone like left you that comment and they've told you, you've seen that comment, so you just want to like, you could like the task. And then here you can copy the task link, paste it somewhere else so that you can see it from somewhere. This one is to either full screen, put it on the full screen. You can choose the view that you want. Do you want a wide view, narrow view, or description view? So wide view, this is what we're seeing. We can see we have our comment section. We have our emojis right here. We can like the comment, we can see the comment, we can, you know, depending, you can add as many comments, you can pin to top if you want it. If you want to do that, you can edit the comment, copy the link, the comment link, or delete the comment. Okay, so wide view shows you how good, like it shows you how this looks like on an ini, depending with how you want to see it. If you want to share it with people, you just click on here and then you're going to put the people that you want. So for example, you're going to add in their name, their name or their email, and once you add their name or their email, it's gonna pop up here and then you're going to invite them. All right, then if you want to create, like this one is a private set, it's private, but if I wanted it to be what is it called, if I wanted it to be in the workspace, I could do that. Okay, so you can see any organization member can find and access this task unless restricted by an admin. So you can see this task was private. So if I want it to be seen by everyone in the organization, I'll change the settings from private to accessed by everyone, which is my workspace, and then from there I will invite this person and they'll be able to see what is happening. Okay, so they are going to get an email. Now these ones are more of what you can do. As I told you, let's finish first with the view. So we have wide view, we have narrow view, you can see it here, and then we do have the description view. So the description only shows you the description that was written, like what is it, like convert the approved homepage design into a functional web page. Ensure the page works correctly across desktop, tablet, and mobile devices. All right, so that is going to show you only the tablet, the description. And then once you're done, you can mark as completed, depending with what you want. Okay, now I love to have the wide view because wide view shows you how everything is aligned and, you know, the priority, like you can see it without having to worry so much. You can click on designing, you can see everything here. And then now there's more what I wanted to talk about. If you wanted to add a project, you could click tab plus P or tab plus S, tab plus T, depending. So if you wanted to add a project, you could come here also, create, just click on it, and then you're going to create a project. Okay, you can choose which project you want to put or write a project name. And then you can also add a subtask, just like I told you. You come on here, you write your subtask, it's going to show you what you're supposed to do. And then on the other side, you can attach files. As I said, there's Asana page, Google Drive, OneDrive, depending with where you keep your documents. That's where you're going to to push it from. You're going to pick it from. Sorry. Then you can create a follow-up task. That is, you can press tab F. Then you can merge duplicate tasks. If you have like tasks that have been duplicated, you can merge them. Summarize the task. If you want to do that, it's going to summarize for you. So you can see when you summarize, it tells you this task focuses on the responsive implementation of the approved homepage design to ensure cross-device functionality. To maintain project momentum, Masita Melinta has requested an urgent review of the build, establishing a deadline at noon, a deadline of noon on August 24, 2026, to finalize the development phase and transition the page into a functional live ready state. So you can either copy it or edit it, depending, then send this report to whoever you want to send it to. So you see, AI summarizes for you, and it's super easy, super nice. Now you can draft subtasks if you want to, like this one, AI as well, it can help you draft the subtasks. So you can see it's going to show you like a draft of what is happening. If you don't want to see it, just discard it. And then once you're done with that, there's another thing that is either convert the task. If you can convert it either through, these are tasks already. If you want it to be in milestone, you could do that. If you want it to be in you can convert it to approval, subtask, project, task template, depending. But mine, I want it to remain in task, so it's going to remain the way it is. Now we do have a print option, of course. Definitely, if you want to print everything that you've been doing so that you can have a hard copy, go on ahead and do that. Then you can make private to project members. If you want it to be private to some project members, who only members that you choose that can be able to access this information that you've created, you're going to click on it and it's going to take you to a window where you can create that. Then delete selected subtask. If you want to, you can click on a subtask, then you delete it, or delete the task all through. All right, so that's how you do it. Now let's go back to the dashboard, to the main page. This way, whenever you want to create a project, I told you can click on here and then you'll create a project or a portfolio. So you can see here I already have the website launch, then there's a project here, then there's the YouTube tutorial, still it has projects as well, then there's the planning and design. So you can add as many projects as you want here. So the one that we are on is the website launch. Now if you want this not to be in a task list, you could add it to be in a board, depending with how you like to see your things. So you can see on task list it was going it was descending like from up to down, but here it's going across the page. So if you want to have a board, you like to have boards because it's visually, you can visualize and see. So now you, for example, you want to move these to design, then once you move it to design, then you can also go to subtask, and then once you're done with that, like you want to be shifting them, just go on ahead and do that. For me, I prefer a list form, depending with what, but I can work with anything. Can be Gantt, can be timeline, board, and list. Those three are the ones that I usually lean towards. Then there's a timeline. If you want to have it in a timeline, it's going to show you, of course, this one. It's depending with how your company like to see things. Then for the dashboard, it's going to show us a clear overview of what it is that we are doing. Dashboard is going to show you completed task. You can add a filter, so you can see we can edit here. You can edit the chart to put in whatever it is, work, time entries. This one is you need to upgrade. The number, you can either choose a number, bar, stacked image, depending. You can choose which one here you want to do. So for mine, I've chose number, and the number is going to be the one that is showing. You can put either a task or a time, depending, time to complete, time in section, time in custom field. Then you can choose either do you want to see it completed or incomplete, depending with what you do. Create this chart here, then save. according to you, whatever you want. Then you can see we have 69 total incomplete tasks. It is 69 total incomplete tasks because I was creating this for the sake of showing you how to work with Asana. So we have 69 total incomplete tasks. So that tells you that you need to work on something here, because you cannot have all these tasks piling up. That's going to add a lot more pressure on you. So then you can see here we have planning design. It's showing us 69 total incomplete tasks. Then total tasks by completion, of course, 2 tasks. Then 71 are incomplete. So the dashboard shows you the metrics of what is happening. Like you can see 71, 1 filter, overdue task 1. That is just 1 overdue task. And then the total tasks are 71 because we did 2, 1 is overdue, then 69 are incompleted. So this is just a clear overview of what is happening in the company. So dashboard helps you to analyze yourself on what to do. All right, if you want to have a grant also, the same thing is going to show you on this other side what's going on. If that's what your company likes, it's going to show you what's happening. All right, the same thing. And here you've assigned. So did I show you how to assign somebody? Yes, I did. So here, this is the person that has been assigned. But if it's a company, definitely we are going to have different people here dealing with the same project. But if it's you also, it's going to show up as you have done this. It's because it's a project management tool. It's showing you where you are with your project. Now, if you wanted to share this, definitely you can share it from there as well, where it's a workspace. Members of this workspace are going to be able to see. So anyone that I invite to this workspace is going to be able to see whatever is happening, okay? Or you can choose a custom, depending with what you want. You could put fields, you can add forms, you could add emails, apps, integrate apps, depending with what apps do you want to use with Asana. Okay, so you could start here and just click on it and have as many as you want. We have task types and templates. You can choose templates that you want, bundles. I haven't used any of these, but feel free to go on ahead and do that. Now, we have to set status. So for example, mine has on track, at risk, off track, on hold, complete, and dropped. So this one is going to show you where you are. Okay, so for example, let's see this one right here. Okay, we are going to choose this one right here. And then we need to choose a status. You can either mark as complete. Is it dropped? Is it on hold? So if you put it, for example, on hold, you see here, it means this status is on hold. You can add collaborators here and here. Then it's going to show you the owner. The dates needs to be here. Then you can connect Slack, because Slack is another app that I'm going to show you how to work with. Slack is a communication channel. So you're going to connect to Slack so that anything that happens in Asana is you're going to get a notification on Slack or email, depending with what you want to choose. So here you can connect your Slack. Then you can either choose to apply these ones or leave them, depending. Then you can add an attachment, summary of what's going on, why is it on hold, what happened, the next step that you're willing to take. And then these are also important. So this one is if you wrote something and you want to undo. This one is for adding you want to insert an object. For example, you want to insert an image, you want to insert whatever it is that you want to put here, put it there. Then this one is the undo button. You know, definitely if you've written something and you do not want it to be there, just undo. Redo, if you know what redo means. Then this bold, if you want to bold, for example, let me just write my name here and you want to bold it, you just click on it, click on the word, then you can bold it. You can use either the upper here or the ones lower here. So you can see also we have the, since I'm right there, we have heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. So if you want it to be heading 1, you can change that. If you want it to heading 2, do that. If you want it to be heading 3, click on it and it's going to change as you do that. Okay, then as I told you, we want to undo what we've done here. We don't want it to be there, so we are going to undo. If you want to redo, we are going to redo it. If you want to underline the case, if you want to highlight it. So if you highlight it, you're going to choose the color. So for example, you highlight it, you are going to highlight it, and then you can choose the color that you want it to be. Now here you're going to strike through if you don't want that word to be there. If you want it to be like is it bullet point, if you want it to be numbered, depending with what you want. If you want to add a quote, you could do that. And then this one is a link. So for example, you have a link and you want to put right here, you can put a link there. Then if it's a code or code block, depending, then this one is AI. It will assist you with so many options that you want to use. So that is how you do it. Okay, then once you've done that, you're going to post. Okay, if you're not doing that, then feel free to go back, leave it the way it is. So you can set the status of anything that you're working on as complete. So for example, that one, we're going to say it's complete, we don't have to add anything else, and then we can redo that. Okay, now for the workload, you've already seen how it worked, right? Workload, it shows you just what has happened, the same thing like workload, but mostly list and board will give you a clear overview, and the dashboard, those are the three main ones that are really good. And then on overview is going to show you just what you've been doing, like the workspace team joined, who created it, the project description you could write here, just, or ask AI to write for you if you want. Just write a product description here. Then you're going to see everything that has happened, connected goals, portfolios, if you have resources, or the milestone that is at. So because we've not included or incorporated this, we're not going to have all of this, but these are things that you need to add. So you can add a connected portfolio. For example, this project, website launch and YouTube tutorial belong together. You could do that. And then key resources, if it's links, files that are really needed for this, create it here. Milestone, where are you at? Do you want to add milestone? Yeah. Connected goals, add a goal, like where do you see yourself, like the goals that you have for this project. Those are going to be, so portfolios here, then the task, then the project. Inbox, if it's someone, maybe for example they send you an inbox, is going to show you what is happening, right? So you can see here you have all the inbox. Hi Masita, for 14 days you get advanced plan. So I got that notification from Asana. I got the 14 days trial, so it will tell me where I'm at, everything that is happening. If you've bookmarked anything, it's going to be here. You can try it. If you want to archive something, it's going to, you can find it in the archive section. If you mentioned someone, it's gonna come here. All right, that is the inbox. And then for the home, the same thing as I told you. These are the projects that we have. And then these are the tasks that we have, the people that are here. We don't have any teammates invited, so it's not going to show here. We have the tasks that we are doing. Then you can learn Asana. They also have some videos that you can use to just understand what it is, or you can customize, add widgets here and there, depending how you want to make your project management tool stand out. Now for the agents, this one, I think you have to be upgraded for you to use agent. They haven't okay, so they is still on the waiting list. You can join the wait list if you want to do the agents. Okay, for the strategy, these are goals, reporting, resources. So you can choose team goals, as I was saying. Welcome to Goal Strategy Max. Put in your title. You want to do maybe quarter 3, at what time. You can choose quarter 1, quarter 3. We are in quarter 3, quarter 4, depending. So choose how you want you want to visualize your team goals, your project. So you're going to write here, you're going to create the goals right here. Then once you've created them, the goals will be here. Then they will show you the quarter, the person, the owner. You can add as many as you want. Okay, then you can choose, do you want to see the status preview, the due date, or choose from a library if you have it. Okay, for the reporting, this is just a dashboard. Of course, like it's going to tell you to create a dashboard, just like I showed you how to create a dashboard. So you can create a dashboard just to show you what it is that you're doing. So what you need to do, click on this and then add things the way you want to do. So you can add a custom chart. Then you're going to choose, for example, do you want it to be tasks, projects, portfolios, goals? Depending on what you've created, you're going to choose that. Because we have tasks, we're going to use tasks. And then we are going to choose my workspace, because we want to work with everyone in this workspace. But if you want to just have like the project owners or the portfolio specific prospects, depending, okay? Then here you're going to choose just number, like I did, mine was numbers. You could choose a donut, burn down, whatever, banner up, line, grouped bar, stacked bar, depending. So once you choose that, you are going to choose, do you want to see it by assignee, date, project? I think I had already taught this, but it is still the same thing that you can do that. And then you choose a project, date, annotations, and everything. Then once you've created everything, just click on add chart and it's going to show up here. Okay, that's how you create a dashboard. Then resourcing, of course, these are just resources of, you want to create cells. So this one, go on ahead, try it out. I haven't tried it, but it's something that I've used in my workplace a while ago. So try it and let me know what you think about it. So you can see we have a new dashboard, the impact, the organization. Then once you're free, this is the public one, that the publish, the one that I had created Q3 FY26. Then there's no team member, accountable team member is not there, because I told you it's a one-man team. But if it was a company team, then definitely you will see something different. Okay, so that's how you create. Or you can create also from this one, this the button right here. If you don't want to go to the main page and be looking at things, just click on create. It is going to show you, you can create a task, a project, a page, message, portfolio, goal, and everything, or invite your team members right here. So that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed and learned something in this video. If there's something you did not understand, feel free to let me know in the comment section, and I'll be glad to help you or answer your questions. With that being said, thank you so much for sticking to the end and for watching this video. I hope you learned something. For any remote worker, for anyone who wants to create their projects so that it's visual, they can be able to see it and they can be able to track it with team members. I hope you learned something. With that being said, see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.